Welcome to Rise and Unwind, a show where we focus on lifestyle, wellness, and feel-good stories to start your day. My name is Kayla, and here's what we have coming up next.
That's why it's important to have the conversation of what's right for you and your family.
How much time should your teen be spending on TikTok? Are there certain hashtags or filters that you might want to filter out of their experience?
All that and more on Rise and Unwind. Do you ever think about resetting your health goals at the start of the year, but forget all about your eyes? Clear, comfortable vision affects everything, from work to driving to how we feel day to day. Joining us is optometrist Dr. Luekenga, here to explain why the new year is a great time to check in on your eye health and what people should know about today's contact lens options. Welcome, Dr. Luekenga.
Thank you.
So we hear a lot about New Year's health goals. Why is it a good time to think about our eye health too?
Well, like you said, the new year is a natural reset. And so if you experience changes in your vision, dryness or discomfort, or just overall increase in screen time or change in visual habits, now's a great time to think about your eyes and specifically scheduling a contact lens eye examination. This is a good way to check in on your eye health as well as your general health. And having clearer vision can really improve your quality of life.
Some people may have tried contacts before and gave up, myself included. What would you say to someone who's thinking about giving them another try?
Yeah, if you've never worn contacts and are thinking about it and heard negative things, or if you've worn contact lenses in the past and didn't have a real positive experience, either because lack of clarity or dryness, the contact lens technology that we have today is greatly improved. It's not the contacts we had in the past. And in fact, they're designed specifically to address those concerns of comfort and convenience. So this is definitely the year to take another look at contact lenses.
There are so many contact lens options now. What should people ask their eye doctor to make sure that they find the right fit for their lifestyle?
Well, you started it right there with the conversation you have with your eye doctor. It's really key to be open and honest with them. Let them know all of the frustrations you've had with contact lenses in the past, especially if it's end-of-day discomfort, and what your visual needs are, how much screen time you have, the environment that your eyes are in, if you're indoors, outdoors, etc. The more that your eye doctor is aware of your eyes, how you use them, and what your visual needs are, the better they can tailor their recommendations. And I would specifically ask to try contact lenses from Alcon's Water Innovations portfolio. These are a group of lenses that are designed specifically to enhance comfort, and it provides just all-day positive wearing experience. One of the favorite lenses I use is the Dailies Total One. This is a lens that's nearly 100% water at its surface and provides a feels like nothing experience, because the only thing that touches your eye is a gentle layer of gentle cushion of comfort, of moisture. This is the contact lens that my wife wears, and she absolutely loves it. And it's a daily disposable lens, so maintenance is zero. You wear it once and throw it away. An affordable alternative to that is the Precision One Sphere, which is the #1 contact lens for patients under the age of 25. And this is a lens that's easy to put in and easy to take out, provides great vision, and it's easy on the budget. I have my teenage son wearing this contact lens.
And where can viewers go if they want to learn more?
To learn more, go to myalcon.com/comfort. And here you can also download a voucher for a free trial pair of contact lenses and get your contact lens examination scheduled with your eye doctor right away.
Dr. Luekenga, you are a hero. I want to thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Do you ever dream of uncovering lost treasure, exploring ancient tunnels, or even chasing down history's greatest mysteries? You know, Josh Gates lives that adventure for real. And he's back with brand new seasons of Expedition Unknown and Expedition Files on Discovery Channel. Fresh off a daytime Emmy win, Josh's latest expeditions dig deeper than ever, from inside Egypt's Great Pyramid to tracking hidden treasures around the world. Josh, it's great to see you here.
Thanks for having me, man.
All right, I guess without giving out too much away or spoiling for everybody, what is one moment this season that you thought to yourself, I can't believe we're actually pulling this off?
I think it's our season premiere, which is this big 2-hour, 2-part special on the Great Pyramid of Giza. And look, this building, which is 4,500 years old, has always inspired conspiracy theories and mystery. And so we are going to crawl through every inch of the Great Pyramid, sections that are closed to the public. We're going to descend deep beneath the pyramid into the bedrock itself. And to be down there in those tunnels was just such an absolute, electric thrill. And to take our viewers with us, that's the moment where I was like, I can't believe we're doing this.
You blend science, history, and adventure better than anyone, maybe even Han Solo when he's out adventuring a little bit. How do you keep the sense of wonder alive while still chasing the facts?
I mean, that's not hard at all because these stories have such an incredible natural hook. I mean, look at this season. We're doing, looking for lost passages in the Great Pyramid of Giza, searching for a sunken Nazi submarine, having a real-life Goonies adventure on the Oregon coast. I mean, these stories are so exciting in and of themselves that it's easy to be enthusiastic about them, to be just pulled along for the ride because these mysteries are just so enduring.
And it's always a mystery, and it's always surprising. Is there an expedition this season that surprised you or maybe took a unexpected turn?
We wanted to do something to honor the 40th anniversary of The Goonies. It's a movie that is so near and dear to me and was so seminal for me growing up. And I was shocked to learn, as I'm sure a lot of people will be, that The Goonies is kind of based on a true story, in that there was an actual Spanish galleon that wrecked off the Oregon coast that inspired the screenwriters of The Goonies. And this is not some legend. This is not some myth. This is an archaeological fact. And so we are going to Oregon to investigate the remains of this Spanish shipwreck and to see if there's any treasure out there and to look for booty traps and all that great Goonies stuff. So it's going to be an awesome adventure.
Team, you guys want to go look for some treasure? I'm in.
Yes.
Okay. Fans love both Expedition Unknown and Expedition Files. Can you give us the elevator pitch? What is the biggest difference between the two shows and why people should be tuned in for both hours?
Sure. I mean, Expedition Unknown is our boots on the ground exploration adventure show. So we spend the whole hour, or in the season premiere, 2 hours, investigating far-flung mysteries around the world. That's where we're going to be crawling in tunnels, macheting through jungles, diving into the unknown. Expedition Files, we are able to tackle 3 stories per hour, and these are incredibly iconic mysteries. I serve as a kind of guide through those stories, taking our viewers into the past, meeting experts and authors and historians that have, revelations, breaking news about some of the most famous cases in history. So that's really kind of pulling open the adventure filing cabinet and looking into these really awesome stories. And Expedition Unknown invites you to literally get dirty and get out there in the world with us.
And for those of us who don't have a film crew, we got that. Check. Okay.
Yeah, you got it. You got one.
Or machete. Oh, I don't have the machete. What's one explorer habit or tip that anyone can use to bring like a little adventure into their everyday life, I guess?
My number one tip for people who want to have an adventure is to just do it. People say to me all the time, man, I wish I could have adventures like you. Hey, anybody can have an adventure. That's the thing about adventure. It's no frills, no huge infrastructure needed. No matter where you are in the country watching this, right nearby you within a few hours is a state park or a place to go hiking or camping to explore something you've never done before. So, the outdoors is just waiting for us. Adventure is everywhere. And so I encourage everybody to take out a map and to go someplace you've never been before, near or far, and have your own adventure.
Josh Gates says, if you want to be a Bilbo Baggins and go on an adventure, pull a Nike and just do it. See, like I put 2.
Just do it.
Yeah, there you go. Josh Gates, I want to thank you for joining me today. If you are into real-world mysteries, big swings, and a host who actually gets dirt under his nails, watch Josh Gates on Discovery. New episodes of Expedition Unknown and Expedition Files on Wednesday nights. Check your local listings and stream full episodes at discovery.com. Thanks for hanging out with me, Josh.
Hey, all the best, man. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
What happens when ambition, loyalty, and survival collide in the oil fields of West Texas? Landman from Oscar-nominated creator Taylor Sheridan is back on Paramount Plus, and season 2 is already making waves. So joining me this morning are Jacob Laughlin, who stars as Cooper Norris, and Mustafa Speaks, who brings serious intensity as Boss. Welcome to the show, you two. How are you?
Good. Doing great. How are you?
Doing good. All right, season 2 dives right in. Where do we pick up with your characters and how things changed since last season?
It's really a direct continuation. I think we're jumping right back into things, and yeah, we've got a filled season with a star-studded cast and some great writing to bring off the page, and hope the world loves it.
And Taylor Sheridan's shows always have this like raw, real energy. What's it like working with him and his storytelling world and getting that distinct Sheridan grit?
Well, for me, I can liken it to just being in the locker room, in a football season, playing in a championship game. I mean, it's just that real, raw, authentic energy. And Taylor is just so focused and has such a vision for what it is he wants that you can trust his leadership. and that trickles all the way down.
Agreed. That's beautiful.
And the show captures both the boom and the burden of the oil industry. How did you both bring that emotional weight to your performances?
I think we were fortunate enough in the first season, they put us in a roughneck camp, and it really opened our eyes to the world and the dedication, the risk involved, the danger that's just evident and looming every day. So that really helped us to put ourselves in it. When you realize what's on the line, what's at stake, right. It raises the bar just a touch.
And you both have worked on some pretty big projects like Joker 2, Joe Pickett, Maze Runner. What makes Landman stand out for you guys personally?
For me, what stands out is just the story. I mean, of course, not taking anything away from all of the other projects, amazing projects I've worked on, but this just has a distinct stamp. And the stamp is what makes it so popular amongst the people is the authenticity and telling this story that otherwise would have never been told. The people that work in the oil field and control things that we need and use every day. So I absolutely love and gravitate toward real authentic projects like this.
And for anyone who hasn't started season 2 yet, what makes this the perfect time to catch up? And what moments are you most excited for viewers to actually see?
Well, it's a hard question. I don't think I have any moment specifically. I think as a whole, it's just there was so much hard work that went into this season, and it's such a great story. We get to dive into these characters and really get to know who they are, even more so than the first season. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to people's reaction to the entire thing in a whole.
All right.
Hey, I want to thank you two for joining me this morning. You could stream season 2 of Landman right now exclusively on Paramount Plus. It stars Billy Bob Thornton, Demi Moore, Andy Garcia, Sam Elliott, and of course, our guests, Jacob Laughlin and Mustafa Speaks. It's a story of power, pressure, and survival in the heart of West Texas. Don't miss it. I want to thank you two for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
Do you ever watch a trailer to instantly wonder what really happened behind the scenes? You know, The Mighty Oaks is one of those films, a survival story with heart, grit, and a little mystery woven in. It lands on VOD and DVD on December 9th, and today we've got 2 key voices behind it. Filmmaker Brendan Hardy and producer Brad Ledwith. Welcome to the show, you two. How are you, my friends?
Thank you so much for having us, Dan. We're having a great time.
All right, I'm glad you're having a great time because I'm off to a terrible start this morning. My brain is frazzled, and I guess for the people that are just hearing about it, what is The Mighty Oaks really about, kind of at its core?
I think that the story of the Mighty Oaks is truly an opportunity for people to see lacrosse, tear the covers off of high school sports, and at the same time, accentuate the successes of an underdog team.
We've been talking about lacrosse a lot on the show lately. It's the
fastest growing sport.
Yeah. When you first stepped into the project, what grabbed you about the story, some of the characters, and the setting?
Brendan?
For me, it was, first and foremost, Brad's enthusiasm and the community that surrounded him. Tough to do a project like this if everybody's not, bought in and excited about it. And that's really the energy we had from the very beginning. And then to have the opportunity to, pull the curtain back and show what it's really like to spend a season with these kids who are going through all the issues kids have, as well as trying to win a championship. From my perspective as a creator, it was an awesome opportunity, and we think it comes out in the final product.
And the dynamic between some of the characters or people in it did feel personal. Did you bring anything from your own personal lives or experience to kind of shape how you approach this movie?
Well, that's a great question, Dan. I think that I bring it to the sports. My own experiences of growing up playing baseball, football, basketball. I lost my dad at an early age, and to me, being able to give back to my community, and my dad was a real involved in I remember him being president of the soccer team in the 70s, and honestly, it's one of those things that I remember him doing a lot for the program, and he didn't know anything about soccer. So the story of the Mighty Oaks, which you can find on Amazon Prime, which you can pre-order on Apple TV, December 9th it comes out. I'm telling you right now, if you buy this movie, if you like documentaries, you'll love it. If you like sports documentaries, you're going to think it wins an Oscar.
And the film digs into a little bit of loss, adoption, family grief. How did you approach telling some of these stories without getting too personal or exposing too much?
Well, we covered a lot of different stories. There's a whole women's aspect to this, and their varsity team as well. But some of the more personal stories, I think you just have to handle with sensitivity and a deft touch, but also keep it authentic. And I think if you do that, you have license to tell the stories and get support from the families, and humanizing this movie and making it not just a sports film, but something about the kids and really getting into some of the emotional aspects was important. And that's why we did it.
And telling a documentary, it may be a little difficult because Morgan Hill, they built this lacrosse program pretty much from scratch. What did you learn about the community, or how did you be able to get the community and the parents to support you in making this possible?
Brad's a juggernaut in the community. His enthusiasm is infectious. He's been around from day one. Really, we call him the godfather of lacrosse in the community, but what he really is one of the greatest, supporters of it and givers of his time. That's what really got me into it.
All right, you two, I want to thank you two for joining me. You can check out The Mighty Oaks as it comes to streaming. I want to thank you two for joining me today.
Thanks, Dan. And listen, my story is the same all over the country, and Brendan told it very well.
Well, thank you too.
Thanks, Dan.
Do you ever feel like the holidays are over, but you're still the one keeping everything in your head? There's new survey data that puts real numbers on that default parent pressure and what it's doing to moms with stress and burnout. So joining us is Wendy Noggle, USA Today Network Executive Editor of Entertainment, with takeaways from a new USA Today Peacock survey and some simple ways family can start sharing the mental load a little more. Welcome to the show, Wendy. How are you, my friend?
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
All right, for anyone who's hearing mental load and thinking, wait, what does that actually mean? How do you explain it in real life terms?
So that is everything that basically keeps the household running. All of that to-do list of, permission slips, lunch boxes being packed, where are the hats and gloves, creating all the holiday magic. That's the mental load that women are carrying around, making sure that everything gets done.
And your survey of 1,600 parents found some huge gaps in who's handling the day-to-day decisions. So what stood out most to you? And what do those numbers say about those who are carrying the weight at home?
Well, I think there were a couple of things. 8 in 10 women told us that they're the primary decision maker in their household, but also 64% that they said they are handling that day to day, packing the lunches, all of those daily tasks that really just somebody has to do it. It's falling to them. As a result, 34% of women told us they feel overwhelmed every single day. And another third of women told us that they feel that way several times a week. I think that's really concerning because when you think about the care and mental health of our kids who themselves may be struggling, how can we make sure they are in a good place if the people caring for them are really at their breaking point?
And the holidays, they might be over, but a lot of people feel like they're starting the new year already exhausted. What's a couple of practical, doable ways that families can reduce that mental load this week and without turning everything into a fight?
Well, I think it's really important to not do it in those heated moments when you might feel tired or frustrated. Instead, see if you can set aside some time to have the conversation in a very non-judgmental way. Sit down and say, here's everything that we need to get done to have the life we want to have. And then think about who can take which portion of that. That way, it's a conversation and it's something that you can come back to time and time again. It also helps instill some habits. Also be mindful of what works for your family. One of the things that women told us, 41% feel the pressure to be a perfect parent. Women also said that if something goes wrong, it's their responsibility to fix it, and they're the ones who get blamed. That's a big storyline that comes up in All Her Fault, and I think it's why it resonated so much with women. So knowing that those external factors are present and are so strong, that's why it's important to have the conversation of what's right for you and your family. It gives you a touchstone to come back to when you feel those pressures creeping in, and then you'll know this is what we have decided works for us.
And for some of the couples watching, what is one starter conversation you recommend? Maybe something that could help reset expectations without sounding like there's blame or even criticism.
Well, I would say, the easy start is actually maybe not a conversation, but action. One of the things that women told us repeatedly is they don't want their partner to say, how can I help? What can I do? Because then they have the extra load of coming up with a to-do list, making sure that task gets done. Instead, look around, see what you can help with, and just dive right in.
All right. This survey also connects back to the storyline in Peacock's series All Her Fault. What about that show sparked such a big reaction, and why do you think so many moms saw it in themselves?
I think there are so many moments in this show where women see themselves. It starts in the very first episode when Sarah Snook, the lead character, goes to pick up her son Milo, and he's not at the play date. And people immediately point fingers at her of how could she not know the details of this play date? How could she make this mistake? It is all her fault. There are many other scenes in the show with Dakota Fanning's character of how she is trying to juggle her career and all of the duties for her child, and her partner is just not present. And he just thinks he needs some downtime. For her, downtime is shopping and taking care of the house. And so she's not really getting a break at all. And these are themes that probably most moms have had in their friend groups that they're talking about a lot. Women in our survey said that they do turn to friends and family for help a lot, but in third place was the person that they probably should start with is their partner. So make sure you're having the conversations with your partner as well, so that you can hopefully create some new habits and a little bit of change in your own household.
Wendy, I want to thank you for joining me today. If this conversation hits home, you got to pull your partner in for a quick, let's say, reset talk, maybe even 10 minutes, and decide who owns a few of the recurring weekly tasks. And if you want to dig deeper into the survey results and the bigger part of the conversation, you can read the USA Today coverage and stream All Her Fault. It's available now on Peacock. Wendy, I want to thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
Do you ever feel like you're juggling family schedules, screen time, and self-care pretty much all at once? TikTok recently launched a new free resource designed to make those everyday moments a little easier to manage. So joining us is Lisa Hayes, TikTok's head of safety public policy, who are here to share how the new For You calendar can help families stay organized and how parents can tailor TikTok settings to fit their household. Welcome to the show, Lisa. How are you, my friend?
Thanks for having me, Dan. I'm doing well. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. TikTok's For You calendar just launched. What inspired this idea? And what problems were you hoping that it would solve for families?
Well, the For You calendar is our latest resource designed to help families have conversations about their online experiences and to build balanced digital habits together. If your schedule is anything like mine, you are still recovering from the holidays, you're getting the kids back to school, you're trying to stick to the New Year's resolutions. What I love about this calendar is that it is designed to help families work together to be intentional about how they are spending their time each week, both online and offline. It is a free physical calendar that lets you look at your week at a glance, planning your day-to-day activities alongside mindful moments. We've partnered with Linda Tong Planners. Linda is a very talented artist who has created this calendar in a way to spark conversation about families and to really make it easier to sit down with your teens, to think about how you're going to hold on to those 2026 resolutions and get to the end of the week ticking off everything you've planned to do at the start of the week.
And this calendar isn't just about appointments. It focuses on mindful moments. And how does that reflect what you're seeing from families using TikTok pretty much every day?
The calendar is not just about organization, it's also about connection. It is designed to help families start conversations about how you are spending your time. And the hope is that those conversations can help you build healthy habits as a family. I know in my family, we will be using this calendar every weekend to sit down and look out at the coming week together as a group. One of my New Year's resolutions is to try to get more sleep. So if I learn from my teenager that she has an early morning soccer game on Saturday, I know that I should not be scheduling a late night dinner on Friday. The idea is to spark conversation, build connection as a family, and all be moving forward through the week together, being intentional about how you are spending your time.
Okay, so I shouldn't be staying out till 3 a.m. when I have interviews at 8 a.m. Okay, I got this.
I mean, or maybe you should. It's about being intentional about whether you should be doing that and making a conscious choice about the right schedule.
All right. And you also partnered with small business owner and creator Linda Tong Planners on this. Why was it important to collaborate with a creator for this project?
Well, Linda Tong's content on TikTok is fantastic. If you'd like to see how she creates these calendars behind the scenes, you should definitely check her out on TikTok. It's important to us because small businesses are just a critical part of the TikTok community. And if you are able to go to the For You Calendar hashtag, you'll get some ideas of how parents and others on TikTok, other creators, are using this calendar already with their families to plan those intentional moments.
And while families are organizing their schedules, you're also encouraging them to review their TikTok settings. What are a couple of simple tools that parents may not realize are already available for them?
I know we're asked to do a lot as parents. That's why TikTok has built in more than 50 safety and privacy protections for teenagers that are on by default. But every parent should take the opportunity at the start of a new year to go check out family pairing. Family pairing is our tool that lets parents connect to their teens' TikTok's accounts and to put conversations in place as a family about what the right experience is for their teen on TikTok. How much time should your teen be spending on TikTok? Are there certain hashtags or filters that you might want to filter out of their experience? Every family is different. Every child within a family is different. And the family pairing feature lets you have the conversation with your teen about how to help make sure that their TikTok experience is not only safe, but is also fun and the right one for them.
And as a mom yourself, what advice do you give families living in this new digital world when it comes to finding balance? Not perfection, but balance.
Always start these conversations with your teens from a place of curiosity. What are they doing online? How are they spending their time? What creators make them laugh and bring them joy? In my family, we love watching TikToks together and seeing who interacts and relates with what content. I love travel talk. I mean, I love to think about future dream vacations. My daughter loves book talk. She loves to discover new authors. My octogenarian dad loves STEM talk and the latest science content. But the important thing is that we are doing this together as a family, building sort of constructive conversations about what we are doing online, and that we're starting those conversations from a place of curiosity, learning what everybody else in your family, particularly your teens, is doing online is my number one tip as a parent. Start from curiosity and let your teen teach you how they are navigating the online world.
Lisa Hayes, I want to thank you for joining us today. Where can we go for more information and maybe get this calendar?
Well, we want the calendar to be as accessible as possible, so we have partnered with Linda Tong to provide a limited number of the calendars for free by visiting lindatongplanners.com. She will ship you the calendar directly to your house. And as I mentioned, check out the hashtag #ForYouCalendar to get some ideas about how other families are using the calendar to build intentional moments online and offline.
Lisa Hayes, I want to thank you for joining me today.
Thanks so much for having me.
That's it this week for Rise and Unwind. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. For more episodes and updates, be sure to follow us on social media. That's @Rise Unwind. If you'd like to be on our show, head to our website at riseunwindtv.com and fill out the form. And if you'd like us to be on your show, surprise, it's the same form. We're organized like that. And lastly, we are on YouTube at Rise Unwind. If you maybe want to click that little bell to stay updated and check back next week. Until then, take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time on Rise and Unwind.